summertime. So, what was I saying before they came in? And one hit their head because the other one was holding them down. And yeah, just, kids home in the summertime. It's just juggling. So, hopefully y'all can come back on. Sorry I had to jump off, but I thought it was going to get pretty loud. But I mix, this is my third coat. I'm still trying to cover up that black. So I'm mixing half and half pink and white. And I'm just barely mixing it. That's what it looks like before I go to the board. Ginger, yes. Everything is fine. We have had a limited electronic summer. And things were going really, really well. And then I had both kids get sick. And so I allowed more electronics because they were just, laying around trying not to vomit. And we are now coming off of that. I'm going to call it a electronic addiction. And we're learning to play together again. So we just had this week where we were struggling, but this too shall pass. But yeah, everything's fine. Just bumped head. We're okay. All right, I'm gonna leave this. Let me show you what it looks like right now. Oh, no blood. I thought for a second. All right, you see how I've got, it's kind of white and pink. That's totally okay. I'm gonna leave it just like that. And then I'm gonna move on to one more coat of green. And I don't know, I usually do stripes down there, but I think I might do like a squiggly line. I'm almost out of green. Yeah, that shook me up for just a second. Oh, welcome to summertime. Today's the first official day of summer, but our kids have been out of school now for, it's today's date. We've been out for over a month. So, well, yeah, we've been out for over a month. So yeah, it's just fun. All right, so let me put another coat. I switched brushes because I wanted to go down a size so that I didn't go over my line. So I'm just adding another coat of green. This is pretty well covered. I forgot to put my apron on today. Hopefully I don't get paint on me. Okay. I'm going to dip back into my... Deidre says, yeah, never a dull moment. There is not ever a dull moment. Yeah, no, there's not. Never a dull moment. All right, I'm going back into my pink for a second because I want to make this bottom part a little bit thinner. So I loaded my brush and I'm going to slowly go where my pink meets the green. Margie, if you're back, remind me what the question was and I'll try to answer it. I think I was answering one of your questions, but my brain is mush. All right. Now it's okay if when you load your brush and you go slow, if your paint gets a little bit thicker on that transition, but you can also knock it down some. I should have known that the quiet wasn't going to last. Oh, Paula, you're so right. They are so busy, and I do. I love how busy and crazy they are, but there's some mornings where I'm like, guys, this is my job. This is what I have to do. I have to work. So, all right, I'm going to go straight pink now. This is Royal Fuchsia, and I'll try to get some more out of this bottle. If not, I may have to switch pink. Not a big deal. But, all right, so let me keep it upside down. And I store all of my paints. I don't know if y'all do this, but I store them upside down so that for 2 reasons, so I can see the color, and so that the paint is always down at the bottom when I'm ready to use it. So just tip of the day. And let's see, that's it. Okay, Paula, do you have lots of kids? I just have the 2, and the 2 are plenty for me. They keep me busy, and I think if we had any more than that, I'd lose my mind. But I love the 2 I have, with all my heart. Sometimes with more than my heart, I feel like. Okay, so a couple of y'all, Deidre, was it you that said you did the kite, but you didn't do the 4th of July one yet? I can't pull up the other comments. Holy cow, that's a lot of kids. Girl, you're a rock star. Rock star. Deidre just said she has 5 kids and 4 grandchildren. How old are your kids and grandchildren? Shelly says, okay, so Shelly, don't worry about it. You're not behind. Proud of you for going at it. So can't wait to see your finished project. Alright, I'm going to have to quit painting this for just a second and let it dry, because friends, what happens when we go over wet with wet? What happens? Anybody want to tell me? Sherry says, aren't grandkids the best? I'm looking forward to that day. I'm not going to lie. My daughter says she's never going to have kids, but I really hope she does, because, man, I don't want to miss out on grandkids. That would be the worst. That would be the worst. What do y'all want to talk about while I wait for my paint to dry? You know what? I just saw something. This might be a word for one of you. So let me move this over for a second. Okay, so last year, I went to a conference in Canada for business, and on the way back, I met this girl online. I know, sounds weird, but we became business partners, and we have a business where we help other women learn to do business. So anyway, last year when I met her, God gave me a word, and the word was be still. See that? Constant reminder. So I feel like right now it is wait and watch. Last year, this time of year, it was be still. And so I feel like every season is different, and there's always a lesson to learn. Okay, so Paula says, mine is 29 in September, but no, my kid just quit my job of 9 years. Oh gosh, I'm sorry about your wreck. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So, Deidre, do you have some boys and girls, and then you just have all granddaughters? That's awesome. Y'all are rock stars. I have all this other stuff sitting here. I could paint some of it. Let's see. What else do I have? Let's paint this. So I started painting this little hat. These are attachments to go on. Did y'all see when I made the welcome sign and it has the attachments that, like these, that you Velcro? Anyway, I have all these sitting here that I was going to paint, so why not now? Let me grab a smaller brush. What are y'all doing today? So, Sherry says, my oldest granddaughter is 4 and she loves to paint and craft. Real grandson asked me to make him a dinosaur for his room. Wasn't sure why. And finally he... Oh, that's so cute. So cute. Deidre, you've got a good mix there. My husband came from a family of 5. Now, this wood that I'm painting on now is MDF, which is a little bit different. It's more consistent, but it's a manufactured product. And I ordered these from I can't remember the name of the company. I ordered them from a company as samples, and I just haven't painted them yet. Okay, so you know they were fighting just a minute ago when I had to jump off. Now they're going to go outside and play together. See, it always works like this. We have, after our electronic addiction, we have one big, rough, scary fight, and then we're like, oh, we got to play together. We got nothing else to do. So then they play together. Should I do pink polka dots on this? And if so, do you want me to show you my trick for not having to buy 2 pink paints? Or do you already know my trick? Some of you that watch me all the time, you probably hear my same tricks over and over again. But if you're new, it might be helpful. Get a little bit more pink paint. So if I run out of dark pink, oh, I have another one. I was going to say, I'm going to have to go next door and get more. This is called dragon fruit, though. It's not the same. Let's see. All right, so I have carousel pink and I have dragon fruit to keep me going. Shelly says, why are you painting samples? Just because they're sitting on my desk, and this is not a product that I decided to offer right now, but I want them for my own door sign. Yep, that's it. Just because I felt like painting this morning and chatting with all of you. So that's why I'm painting samples. All right, let me grab yellow. Good morning, Christy. So guys, say hi to Christy. She's my business partner in Kentucky. Thank you, love. Thank you. I swear I just heard my dog bark like he's out front. He better not be out front because he'll run out into the road. He's my little baby. Okay. Think, oh, a little bit of something on there. Good morning, Melissa. What am I painting? Okay, Christy wants to know what I'm painting. I am painting 2 things right now. I was waiting for one to dry, so I started painting something else. I am painting a watermelon, which I need to put a bright coat on. And this is one of those attachments for the door sign that you put Velcro on. So I'm painting that too. But my watermelon still isn't dry, so I'm gonna reach into my stack. That's a flower. Ooh, look, 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 guys. What is it? What is it? What is it? I might as well paint all the things because I've got, oh, what is that? Okay, I'm gonna need some help, guys. Oh, look at that. They're flip-flops. I was about to say, I don't know what the heck that is. These are flip-flops. Aren't they cute? Flip-flops, and I've got a shamrock over here, and a flag, and, oh, reach in. Shelly, I don't have that right now, but that's something that I'm hoping to offer in the future once I get all this painted, because it would be a big bundle and I just haven't had time to put it together. This is a turkey and a bunny. So, all right, so I'm gonna paint this while we wait for this other to dry. Let me get red and blue and white. Now the welcome sign actually has metal letters, and I do have some of those in stock, but I don't have the little ones cut, only the samples. All right, let me go back into my paintbrush, my water, and I'm gonna bring, I have my wavy flag over here. I'm gonna bring it over here to paint so I can look at it. All right, if you were on live with me last month, we painted this. So I'm gonna put it down at my feet and try to emulate it. It'll just help me. First thing I'm gonna do is find colored pencil. Hey, good morning, Teresa. Welcome. Happy first day of summer. All right, I'm gonna do blue. Get those. And let's see, we'll go like right here. How far down do I want to go? All right, so I'm drawing on here with my colored pencil. Now the reason I use a colored pencil is it doesn't smudge, so I can paint and it won't smudge the gray. So Connie wants to know what happened. My kids are fighting and one of them hit their head, but now they're outside playing together. Okay, I'm gonna grab another colored pencil. I'm gonna do red. And we are gonna draw our lines on. This flag is very wavy. I'm gonna have to really play around with it. Probably need to go like this. I don't know if that's gonna look right. No, that's not gonna work right. Let me see. I may have to pull up a picture of this one. Someone want to pull up a picture? I don't have my phone in here, so I can't. So we'll go back to our watermelon. Like Pinterest fail. No, I gotta look at it. I gotta see it to paint it. Okay, I'm gonna go with dragon fruit since I'm almost out of the other pink. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this on this hat so that I can finish up that pink. It just needed a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna switch to dragon fruit. I did not wash my brush. I just go straight into it. I'm almost dry. I still have a little bit of damp over here, so I'm going to try to not push down real hard and go over all of this. Ooh, I like this color. I like it a lot. My puppies are not happy. I'm barely touching the board with my paintbrush because I don't want to push down because I still have a little bit of damp paint. So I'm trying to not. So what happens if you put wet on wet is two things happen. It mixes the colors together. So if I put pink on top of white and it was still wet, it would mix it and make it a lighter pink. If I do it on wood, it will also pull my paint off of my board. So I would lose all those coats that I've already put on, and it makes my board gritty. So I just have to be very careful. Usually I would wait until it was 100% dry, but I'm not being a good student right now. What are y'all all planning to do this weekend? Anything fun? My husband has to work, and he never works weekends, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I have not taken my kids to see Secret Life of Pets yet. Who's already seen it? I want to go. Honestly, I wanted to take today off and just go do fun stuff, but couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Too much to do. Okay. Let me show y'all this fun pink. I know you can kind of tell. Ooh, I want to go to the river. Look how fun that pink is. This is called Dragon Fruit. It's a Deco Art color. And it's super fun. Hey, Alicia. Do you have Kellen this morning? Is my little buddy watching with you? Toy Story is out. It is, but I don't know. Is it any good? Fishing. That sounds like fun. I should tell my kids to go get their fishing poles and go fishing this afternoon, because then maybe they would get along. I have to go get them some worms, though. We went yesterday. I'm letting this dry. Sorry, I'm just talking. Went yesterday. So a couple weeks ago, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but my kids were out playing like all day long, and they found a frog, and it turns out it's an American toad, and we had just had our gerbil pass away, and so we had this empty tank, and they're like, Mom, can we please keep him as a pet? And I said, well, I'm not feeding another mouth, and but if y'all want to earn money to be able to feed him or her, then that's fine. So they have been. They've been earning money, and I take them to the pet store, and they buy worms and crickets. So yesterday, they're like, Mom, we didn't get to feed Miss Hops. They looked up, and apparently their toad, they've determined, is a girl. So it's Miss Hops, not Mr. Hops, like they originally thought. Tracy, Aladdin is the bomb diggity. I haven't seen the other two yet, but Aladdin is bomb diggity. So anyway, yesterday, we were out, and they said, Mom, can you take us by the pet store so we can get more worms? I'm like, yeah. So they forgot their money, and they said, can we borrow $1 from you to go get worms? So I give them $1.25, and I send one of them in the store. It was raining, so I send one of them in the store to buy worms, and the worms are 10 or 12 for 69 cents. I mean, they're super cheap. And that's what they had determined together that they wanted to buy, was worms. So Kinsley comes back out, and she's like, Mom, look. And she's got this bag, you know, big puffy bag. It has like 6 dozen worms in it. They charged her 69 cents for what should have been 12 worms. It was like 6 dozen. So this morning, when they were feeding their silly little toad out there, they were giving him lots of extra worms, or her. I think she's going to be a fat toad before long. So funny. But, I mean, I got to give them props. It's been over 2 weeks, and they've kept this toad alive. I don't know anything about toads. I didn't really think we were supposed to keep them as a pet, but I don't know. As long as they take care of it, I won't release it. Who on here that has kids or has grown kids now, let your kids have animals growing up? And if so, what's the strangest animal? Or did you have a bunch at one time? Because that tends to be us. We have a bunch at one time. All right, I'm going to flip back over to this while I let that dry. I'm going to have to squeeze as much of this paint out as I can. or I'm gonna have to paint over that because it's a little bit like the white. You can see there was a little bit of white mixed in, so I need to put a whole nother coat on. A salamander. Do they bite? Don't laugh at me. Do salamanders bite? Okay, so do y'all see what Alicia just said? All right, Alicia says you can tell a frog or a toad's gender by the size of their tympanic membrane, their eardrum. Females have larger eardrums because we're superior listeners. Oh my gosh, that is a riot. Ginger had tiny frogs and turtles. Nope, no biting. See, I don't like any pet that bites. Well, I mean, my dogs bite, but they're usually just playing when they do it. We hope anyway. So, Alicia, oh man, I just dipped in the wrong paint. What I'm hearing you tell me is I'm not going to know the gender of my frog because I don't know how to see their eardrum. So I'm just going to go with my kid's gut that it's a girl because it's small. So if you're just joining in, I apologize. We've got some crazy conversations going on today because I'm supposed to be at my desk working on my computer, and instead I wanted to paint today. That's it. Okay, this is going to take a hot minute to dry. Okay, so Alicia says the eardrum is the circle behind their eyeballs. All right, well, let me ask you this. So don't I have to have two frogs side by side in order to be able to tell? In order to be able to tell whether it's a girl or a boy? You can see it on the exterior of their head. Teacher, I'm the same way. So I have two out of 3 of our dogs that we have were brought from Texas. Like, I live in Ohio, and I got my dog and brought it from Texas. And then when I was living in Tennessee, I brought the other one from Texas. Like, we went on a trip and came back with the dog. Did that twice. Yeah, genius I am. All right, I'm gonna put some of my paint up so I can clear off my table. If you have not seen, guys, this is like my favorite. So most of you would probably only need the single cart, but I have the double because I have lots of craft supplies. And if you take out one of the drawers, your paint can be in one of these drawers upside down, and you can see it holds a ton too. Holds a ton of paint. You can see all of your paint colors. All right, what does that say? If the circle is as big as their eyeball, it's most likely a female. Smaller than their eyeball is a male. Lots of animals, lizards, and water critters over the years. The boys. I've always wanted to see a hermit crab switch its shell. Like, did they physically see it switch, or did it like switch at night? Because they have to get, like, the shells have to get bigger, don't they? I am not going to be able to letter this today because my paints, I had to put too many coats on there to cover up that black. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that. But what I can do is I can put polka dots on this. I think we're going to have to go with white, though, because my pink is not going to last. I can see if I can squeeze a little bit more out. But let's see. Let's see if I can get anything else. Margie, welcome back. So you were asking questions, and then my kid came in and had hit her head because her and her brother were fighting. Just being honest, and I can't remember what you asked me. You said you just got a Glowforge, I think, which, Alicia, did you hear that? Margie got a Glowforge. It was you, right, Margie? Okay, I'm going to grab a different paintbrush. Gonna do this smaller one. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so Margie, you haven't used your Glowforge yet, right? But you said it'll cut wood up to a quarter of an inch. Now, what size Glowforge did you get? All right, so I'm going to use this brush, and it's about, let me show you my big brush. So there are two brushes I use for polka dots. I don't trace my polka dots. I don't use the daubers, like the, I don't know if I have one in here. The little thing that's shaped like a circle, I don't use that. I always make my polka dots by hand because I feel like they're quicker and they look better. These are the two brushes that I use. So this one is about, let me show you, the size, smaller than my thumb. This one's a lot smaller than my thumb. Ginger says her crabs moved at night. All right, so I'm gonna move my paint plate closer so you can see. I'm gonna dip in the pink and the white, and I'm gonna mix some of this. Not all of it, because I'm not gonna need a ton. I'm gonna mix a lighter color, and by using the colors, by using the same pink and just adding white, you know that you're in the same color family, because different colors have different tones, like undertones, and so I wouldn't, if you can tell, you see how this is like, I don't know, reddish orange, and this one has more of just red. These two colors would not go together. Let's see. I need to see what that says. So I can make things as tall as I want, just about 19. That is really awesome. I want to see one of your signs that you cut. Let's see, I would love to see that. All right, so to make my polka dots, I loaded my brush with my pink paint, and I am just going to set it onto my board and swirl. Look how cute. See, is that not like an amazing polka dot right there? You don't need any of those things. Now, if you're Alicia, she likes to use those things. I always do my polka dots in groups of 3 that would form a triangle. So, let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you drew a line from here to here and here to here and here to here, you would make a triangle. Now, not a perfect triangle, but this way you can keep your spacing right, so all your polka dots look evenly spaced. Now, I love, love, love for my polka dots to go off of the board. I think that might be all I do. Let's see. No, I think I need one here and one there. I'm going to do like just a small bit there and then a small bit here. Do you ever have to like step back and look? How cute that is. Alright, so what else do I want to do to it? Margie, I can't wait to see your picture. I'm going to look as soon as I get off live. Because I have to go, if I want to use a laser, I have to go cut at the college, which is not a big deal. But like today, I've got just a couple small signs I need to cut and a couple large ones. And I'm like, man, it would be awesome to be able to do that from home. But then, you know, I can always pull out my jigsaw and do it. So anyway, I don't know. Do it either way. It's just if I'm going to be out anyway, or if it's a very intricate sign, I'll usually go up to the lab and cut it, just because it takes less time than sanding and all that. All right, I think this is good. I'm trying to think, what do I want to do to that top part? I feel like it needs something. This is turquoise, but I don't know that it's the same turquoise. Let me get a smaller brush. Now guys, this could probably be, or maybe an epic fail, but we're gonna just see if we can add some accent to it, that something not dramatic. Nope, that's not gonna be, it's gonna be too close. Okay, so let me get some white, some blue, mix those. And then, I don't think I like it. Margie, what wood do you use? And here's my next question. So a lot of times when I buy my plywood at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever I buy it from, I like Home Depot's better. It's warped, which is, if you're cutting with a jigsaw, that's no problem at all. But if you're cutting on a laser, it has to be flat. So a lot of times I have to clamp my wood down. What do y'all think? Yes, no? I can't tell. Let me know what you think of that, because I'm not sold on it yet. But I have to clamp my wood down, and so I'm wondering with the Glowforge, do you have to use MDF, or can you use plywood and not clamped? Yep, that's my question. Let's see, that's dry. So I think I'll use a Uniposca pen. And I'm going to prime it. It's ready to go. Now I'm just going to do a swirl. One of the things that I've learned, if you do shake, it's a lot easier to keep your strokes smooth if you don't put your elbow down. So by keeping it up, you're able to go more freely. All right, so let's do it. Totally jack that up. Totally jack that up. So I'm going to make it thicker. Just going to go over and I'm going to smooth it out. Don't y'all like being on with me live when I'm like totally jack that up? Oh, that's looking cute. Small things that fit in the bed. They have pins that you can pin down your wood. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Margie. I might have to message you and FaceTime you and see it in action, because that sounds pretty awesome. If you don't mind, that is. Okay, so there's my hat. After my polka dots dry, I'm going to probably put a letter on there. I might leave it. I don't know. It'll be on my welcome sign, so it just has to be cute when people are coming to the front door. All right. Because I can't letter my watermelon right now, I think I may hop off, but let me show you real quick before I go the anytime after 1. Perfect. Let me show you what we made yesterday in the Procreate class. So if any of you have iPads or Apple devices and you like to practice lettering, or you want to get better with your lettering and you want to make your own printables to trace onto your signs, let me show you something. All right, so the 2 workshops for lettering that I have going right now, this is the sign we made for the Procreate class yesterday. So we hand lettered Mary. I'm backwards again because I had to go live again, huh? And then Christmas was a font. So I showed everybody how to bring a font into Procreate, like download it, import it, so that you can use it. Super cute. And then this is a template that I made with 2 different fonts. So you could make this in Procreate. Not sure if you can make this in Canva. I'm not sure if you can import fonts. I have not tried that yet. But then this was one that we made in Canva, so that we put 2 pieces together. You could put, what I'm doing today, I'm recording the video. Hopefully I'll get to do it today, where I take this and I blow it up big so it's 4 pages. so that you can put it on a larger sign. Like, for example, this sign would need bigger text. So you would measure out how big you need it, make your design, and then blow it up to be bigger so you can print it, cut it and tape it together, and then put your carbon paper under and trace it. So you can still get in on those classes if you want. They're $10 through midnight tonight. Tomorrow they go up to $20. And then there's private groups, and so what's awesome is you can ask questions and I can jump on and do additional videos after the initial training. So it's going to be very interactive. If you want to learn and you have more questions later, like, just ask. All right, friends, thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. I feel so much better now that I painted. Now I think I might be able to do my computer work. But appreciate y'all. Don't forget, if you want to sign up for the virtual paint party, the digital part, if you sign up this week, you will get access to June's before July hits. So you'll get both. And then if you want in on any of the workshops, I posted the link. I sent a link to a bunch of people's messenger, but if you didn't get that, just drop me a message and I'll also do that link too. And a good weekend, and my kids have play dates this afternoon, so we're gonna, hopefully nobody will fight and hit their head again, but I'm gonna try to enjoy my children even when they fight. I'm gonna try. Bye guys, see y'all later.